All right, we're back. Ready together now. This is
The
Odyssey.
We haven't done this in a while.
We haven't done this in a while.
What was the last episode we did?
I don't want to know. It's gonna make me feel bad.
Well, the last IMAX movie we watched was
Inception? Not Inception, Interstellar. Sorry, I still feel like it's early morning.
Yeah. This was a 7:45 a.m. showing. So
because we know cinema.
We're breaking records. This is earliest we've seen a movie during the day, as well as, at least in a long time, the earliest we've seen a movie.
Like as far as release date.
Yeah, since its release. It's only been available for 18 hours, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, so I just want to talk to everyone who's watched it. I feel like we need to process things.
Before we get into it, Sweet Dune sneak peek right before. Where do you want to start?
Most memorable moments?
Sure.
Or how about this? I still just don't understand how Christopher Nolan pulls this stuff off. And so maybe think of the scenes where you're just like, how did he do that? I would have loved to be a fly on the wall behind the scenes and see how they pulled that off.
The first big one, I think, is the Cyclops.
I was thinking about the Cyclops.
Yeah.
That ugly Cyclops.
That I think is maybe a good place to start. It is a scary movie.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
It does terrify
That's
you.
what I was least looking forward to. And yeah, he made it creepier than I thought. I thought maybe I was like, it's going to look really ugly. Maybe he'll just have a shadow of it. So you still get the vibe of what's happening. But no, they went all out. That was an ugly Cyclops.
Yeah.
That's when I start grasping my blanket for comfort.
Yeah, it was ugly. All of the things were pretty terrifying, like the Hades sequence. Even the Trojan War being in the Trojan War, being in the Trojan horse was gross.
Yeah.
The Cersei turning them into pigs was
Yuck.
a horror film type sequence. The monster, 6-headed monster that pulls them out, that was scary.
Which, did you ever see its face? It was just arms, right?
Yeah, I don't think you see it.
Okay.
In full.
But yeah, I'm with you. It's a scary movie.
It is.
And I should have known that. I know the Odyssey, but I was like, maybe it won't be that violent. It's it's a classic tale. It's about the hero's journey. It's not just about war. No, it's a freaking war movie.
Just a Bronze Age, baby.
I wasn't ready.
This is, yeah. It's scary.
Yeah.
But I think scarier than, said, The Dark Knight.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's grotesque.
Yeah.
Those were the things that made me I might vomit in this IMAX theater.
Yeah, which I'm sure that I haven't read the actual Odyssey, but I'm sure
you guys
that
didn't read that.
No, we never read
it. It was required every year.
It was referenced a lot, both the Iliad and the Odyssey, but I never actually sat down and studied it.
It's the template of the hero's journey.
Yeah,
it's The Lion King. It's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm sure that it is dark and it's authentic for its age in the violence that war is. So I'm kind of glad, Christopher Nolan talked so much about being true to the source material. He learned that in Batman. If you're honestly just approach it with respect and love and appreciation for the source material, even if you have a different interpretation than the big intense fans of it, Batman, they're still gonna respect that you loved their source material. And I just imagine people who are Greek scholars and love that time period and love the literature from that time period going, man, this was probably legit. I have to assume that it's that scary, it's that dark, it's that grotesque because it's true to the source material.
Yeah, I will say I never enjoyed the Odyssey. I did not enjoy reading it. I did not enjoy teaching it. Like, I just fake it till you make it. It wasn't my favorite. It was like, I could see like this is an impressive story in that like this has survived like countless generations, and like Odysseus' character is very clever. So there's a lot of things in the plot that's like, wow, that's really smart. I wouldn't have thought of that. But I don't look back on it as like this beautiful piece of literature. Like, I was drawn in. Like, I could tell, like, okay, that's a good idea. But it wasn't about the writing. And what I loved about this movie is it just made it so human. Like, when I would read that story or have to have my students read it, I was never like, hey, look at how well the story's being told. It was just like, this, like, that's a crazy story. But it wasn't so much about how it was artistically told. But watching it today, I was so emotional. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa, this is like a human story. Like, it was the first time, like, I was very, like, self-reflective with the story. And, like, what does this say about me? What does this say about our faith? What does it say about our culture? Whereas before, it was just like, oh, I'm aware the story's important, and so that's why we're going to read it. But this time, like, yeah, like, Christopher Nolan's a crazy storyteller. Like, I was like, okay, I didn't imagine that scene that way, and now I care.
Yeah no, and there's something so immersive about it. Like, you feel like you're right there. You feel like you're on the boat. And so, you know, and I think that it's also so poetic. Like, it's a beautifully written, it's not just like beautiful to watch. Like, so much of the dialogue was like really well structured and well written. It almost reads like a poem, which makes sense. Like, it was, you know? And I think, again, he probably just wanted to stick so close to the source material and like at its heart. Yeah. I loved it.
Something he did in this film that now that I'm trying to look back, I feel like he does do this a lot, but he uses a lot of flashbacks, but like multiple of the same shot. Did you notice that?
Yes.
I've never really noticed that in other films, but now that I'm thinking of Interstellar, I'm like, no, he does do that. And I think that's part of what makes you emotional, is like he keeps bringing you back to those places and has the character like show a new perspective on it. And so then you're like, oh my gosh, I remember that scene earlier, and like this is probably what was going through his head. Like, he takes you through the character's emotions rather than just, here's a really crazy shot, let's move on. Like, he would go back to that one shot of Matt Damon on those steps when the war was ending. Do you remember that shot?
Yeah.
And it's just like the fire and the light, and it was the same shot, and I swear we saw it like 4 times, it felt like.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Or the head falling, the stone head of Athena
times.
being lit by the fire.
But every time I saw it, I got more emotional.
Yeah. I think that's, I mean, I can't say it's like a cheap way of storytelling, because it's like he uses that so much. Like, he does that so much. In Inception, you see the shot of like his kids running down the hall. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember that scene. Or like in Interstellar, it's like his daughter in like the on the looking through the bookshelf. Like, he goes back to things so much when like it takes on a new meaning because the characters have gone through something else. And I felt that way when you see several times the shot of Robert Pattinson's character, the like sleazy little suitor, as a boy.
Yeah.
You see him. He went back to that
A
like
lot.
when he's looking at him hunting. And I think it just like is like, I think Christopher Nolan is a master at visualizing the information, the emotional information you need. Like, when you see that shot of the stone or like him on the steps, at first you think like, oh, he might be scared of the war, or he might be looking at all this destruction and being like, this is the product of my efforts, and it might be a proud thing. Like, it might be him as a young warrior. And then at the end of the movie, and if you are here so far and haven't gotten it spoiled, maybe step out. At the end of the movie, Matt Damon is like wrestling with the fact that like he has broken Zeus's law, that he is the impetus of like this shift in cruelty and not respecting the rules of man, and like he's realizing the efforts of his own actions.
Yeah. And I think I noticed the flashback thing this time.
Yeah.
Because usually, like, I don't know, I think flashbacks can like hurt a film sometimes. Just like it's hard to pull it off without it feeling cheesy, or like, are you just filling time? But like, he didn't need them. Like, it wasn't a short movie. Like, if anything, like, it must have meant a lot to him to go back to that over and over. And I think when you first see those moments, like, you're like, okay, like, I know the story. Like, I know they won the war. Let's move on. But you're right. Like, us going back to that shot helped us, like, understand what he was dwelling on, even if he can't communicate all of it. Because we have to sit on that shot with him.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, the shot of the sunset.
Again, just him, like, just sitting on that step.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking the sun setting over the water when he keeps talking about... The first time you see it is when she says, let's run away, get your fastest ship, and let's get out of here. And it's like, you're sad by it because you're like, they'd be leaving behind their home. Like,
no, I wanted them to leave. I know the story, and I was like, get out of there.
Yeah. But the second time you see it, it's like, wow, they get to do that now together for a good reason. Like, to go pay respects to the dead in the West and to leave their son as king. Like, okay, it was worth something.
Poor Tom Holland. He's
gets his dad.
He's
back
not ready. He's
for just a little bit.
He's too small.
He little guy.
He just got all these people so upset and killed. He's not ready to rule by himself.
Yeah, Nolan is just like, the non-linear storytelling is so good, and it specifically works so well with
Oppenheimer.
Well, that and this, people who have to wrestle with the consequences of both their successes and their mistakes. You know,
which this is the perfect story to dwell on that.
Yeah,
because it's like, it's a messed up story, but like, he does have a lot of great heroic moments. But you see, he's like also very flawed. Yeah,
totally. There's something about flashing back for not telling the story in a chronological order that lends itself to like stories about success and regret.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, Oppenheimer does the thing he set out to do and then deals with the fallout. Odysseus does the thing he set out to do and then deals with the fallout the whole movie. You know? And yeah, what is it about stepping back into your mindset from when you did something that is so important? And Christopher Nolan does it so well. Yeah. What was the most impressive thing for you that was like, how did he do that without special effects?
Every time there was a storm and every time there was fire. The storms were crazy because do you think he used pools for any of those? Like big pools?
I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
Yes, I would think that for the like big storm sequences, they're in like a water contained soundstage to some degree, like some sort of giant pool that they can control the
it was
wind and
just
the waves.
So much movement, and like the shots were like pretty chaotic, but I was just trying to imagine, like, how are you handling like the camera and all the gear during all that movement? Or maybe it's just like a trick of the eye, but like it just looked like so much movement, and I was like, what is that like to be handling any of the tech in that moment?
Yeah, I want to know what went wrong.
Yeah.
Did they waste any cameras?
Right. That's what I'm wondering. After they worked so hard to build that like shell for it.
Yeah. Well, and hearing, was it Matt Damon talk about how he had jet skis running around
for the
ship for the whirlpool?
Crazy.
And then Jimmy rig like a crane onto the ship already to pull guys out, to pull stunt guys out.
So crazy.
Wild.
Like, yeah. But it was so important to him. He was like, we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so wild. Yeah, I kept wondering. I was like, did anybody like die in the making of this movie?
Yeah.
Because like that's a risky movie to make.
And they said he went
under budget
and ahead of schedule.
Well, then he must have said it's going to take 15 years and I need $5 billion. Great.
Probably.
You're under budget? Great. What was the original budget?
The original budget was endless.
I'm not that impressed by that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's really fair.
Yeah. I want to talk about, I don't know if it's too early to talk about like the faith lens of this film.
Do it.
But there is a shot that has just like stuck with me ever since we saw it, was when like the gods are telling him like he's gonna go home, he's the only one who's gonna go home. Calypso is like, I know you, like this is what's bound to happen, you're gonna go home.
Right.
Like he is getting clear messages and like nudges that is what's going to happen. And then it's like a miracle he's even alive. And so that scene where he's on that dinky little raft in the middle of the ocean and he's just taking it. Like the waves are going over like his face and he's just taking it, lying down on the raft, not like pushing against waves, and he still ends up home. I thought so much of like Jonah, because we're reading that in church right now. And when they talk about Jonah being asleep at the bottom of the boat when there's a storm and everyone else is like, we have to pray to our gods. And he's just like chilling. And it makes me think of Jesus when he's, again, sleeping on the boat and everyone's freaking out, like, what are we going to do? And I was like, man, like, this is an image of, like, full surrender. Like, he has been told what is going to happen. You are going to get there. Like, this has been known. You will get there. And he doesn't have to, like, fight for it anymore. To the point that he's just letting the waves, like, wash over him. He's not directing his raft. And it made me think of those two stories.
Interesting.
It was a crazy image.
Yeah, it felt very poignant and very biblical when like he finally does sort of give up control.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just going to give up my will and like what I want. And they say it pretty directly. She says like, you seem like a man who or like, is it like you love control or something like that, or that
there
you
was someone
gain control?
who was calling him out for like seeing himself as like one of the gods.
Yeah,
like they're like, why are you giving yourself so much credit for all these people dying? Like you're not a god. Like he takes on so much emotional responsibility, and I think that kind of like was pointing him in that direction of like, you need to release this, and like what's gonna happen is gonna happen. And like we already told you.
Yeah like admitting you don't have control and laying down and trusting that the gods or God like will get you where you need to go, which
works if like you need to know that if you're being prideful, like, wow, look at all this I made happen. But also if you're grieving things like you couldn't have control. You know what I mean? Like he's in both boats, I think. Like I think he is pretty like arrogant. Like he did a lot of crazy cool stuff. But also like he does take on emotionally like, I lost them. Yeah, something I really loved about this movie, and at first I didn't, but now that I'm like thinking back on it, I think I really do love the fact that like there's no like specific like there's no specific like biblical or script like Christ-centered like storyline in it. Like it's very, when you zoom in on specific things, it's like, oh yeah, there is a truth there that plays out really beautifully. Like there were so many times where I was like, are we like, as humanity, are we Telemachus? Like, are we the son of the king awaiting the return of his father?
then and his father's gonna return like and restore things the way that they were. And then I was like, well, sort of, but are we also Odysseus in that the gods are in control and like sometimes we are subject to the will of the world and we have to trust in like what we've been promised? Or are we, or is Telemachus Jesus, like this son who's taking the throne by the actions of his father? You know, like, or is Telemachus the part where he's like, when Telemachus realizes it's Odysseus, like, it's very much like, this is my beloved son. He says like verbatim, like, I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, man, it's all of those things. It's entirely, every single thing takes on multiple meanings.
Yeah. Can I tell you a conviction that I felt watching it?
You can.
So they were talking about like Zeus's law, right?
Yes.
Which is like to treat others the way you want to be treated.
For sure.
Because, especially beggars, because what if one of them's a god?
Yeah.
And I was like, oof. Like, we are literally like told to treat others the way we want to be treated, and that's point blank. You know, but I think we've kind of taken it on as like, well, you should do that because you never know if they're having a bad day. Or you never know, like, maybe they have something they can offer you. Or maybe it's an angel. Like, I feel like we've done that, like, taking that, like, command on as, like, a, because you might be rewarded if you do that, you know? And it's like, no. Like, he just told us to treat others the way we want to be treated because that's what we're supposed to do. Yeah. And I think that was interesting, like, they had this emphasis in the movie, like, this is what we get for breaking Zeus's law. Like, when you break Zeus's law, like, there's this tension between man and gods. And I was like, like, how many of them are, like, following this law because, like, they are loyal to their gods and they want to be obedient? And how many of it is it, well, like, I just want to make sure. Like, I want to make sure if it's a god that I don't like. You know, like, how many of them it's for selfish reason? Yeah,
a lot of them. And I think if you were to take that, like, golden rule and in the Odyssey, the Zeus's rule, Zeus's command, and compare it to like what Jesus says or does, I think it would line up more with treat others the way you be treated because you are made in the image of the God. You know, like, interesting. It's not like they could be.
They could be.
No, they do possess the image of their maker.
Whoa, snaps. If I could snap, I would. I'm doing a hand motion.
Do you want me to do it for you?
But do it sassier. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so... It's just very obvious in the movie. It's like, the golden rule, like, treat others the way you'd want to be treated. And I think you never see Zeus.
No.
You never see many of the gods at all in this story. And I think, I don't know, I think part of the coolness of the story is like the characters, at least the Penelope and Telemachus, are like holding so fast to that rule. And it's Matt Damon, it's Odysseus who like has broken it and realizes that, and this journey of coming home has to be him realizing that like he is the travelers from the sea. He is the one who has like decimated that rule. And so he has to take on the wrath of that, I guess. The fallout of it. I'm telling you, Christopher Nolan loves stories about regretful men.
He really does.
It's wild.
Oh, I wonder what his relationship with his father was like.
Yeah. There's got to be something there.
Maybe his father left for a big work thing and took 20 years to get back.
20 years.
Was the only one of his company to survive.
Yeah. Part of this movie, all I could think was like, Uriah would be so seasick right now.
Oh
if
my
she had
gosh.
lived.
I will
She
say
was a
watching that in
soldier.
IMAX was a little rough.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm in the waves.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It gets you.
And even just like the violence, like maybe I just haven't watched a violent movie in a while, and especially that up close. But I was like getting nauseated. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I know how it ends, but like this is a really long fight scene. Yeah. They were like, he had long fight scenes.
Yeah, the one in the temple.
Jeez,
I was like, when is this gonna end? Like, this is terrifying. And then
and the music, my gosh.
the one with the laryngitis. What are the giants?
Oh yeah,
Lagrians or something like that.
yeah.
That was like, I was like,
Yeah, that was terrible.
a part of me was like, are all of his men gonna get killed right now? Like, that's crazy.
Who's gonna row the boat?
How's he gonna get home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which challenge that he faces was the
I
scariest?
was hoping you'd ask this.
And which one do you feel like was like the least?
I feel like when I remember reading the Odyssey, the Cyclops scenario seemed almost more funny than scary. Like it was like, oh,
Yeah.
that guy sounds like ugly looking. But like honestly, the part that freaks me out is the whole sirens thing. Just because like the story and like Christopher Nolan, like they emphasize like you don't know. Like you're not told verbatim what they say. Like there's just something like
Yeah.
like
he more describes the effect it has on him.
yes.
And I was grateful because I was thinking to myself, I was like, are they gonna like have some pop singer sing a song right now?
No,
over the top of
I
this? 'Cause
love
that
the
would've been
way they
that would've been a
delivered it.
bummer.
Yeah, I think the point is to keep it concealed because you have this like this concept in your head that it kind of just like gets a hold of you, which is also interesting because I remember the whole Lotus thing. Like, I don't know. I guess it's like getting high. Like it's supposed to just like, you know, give you comfort for a little bit, maybe like make things a little hazy. So yeah, I feel like I remember anything that was more like psychological. I was like, oh, that would be crazy. Like the sirens thing, like, yeah, I would take that seriously. I would put freaking wax in my ears for sure. Like that just seems so scary because it just gets a hold of you, of your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his screaming in that part was
Oh my gosh.
was like
I was like,
wrenching,
put the wax
gut wrenching.
in his ears.
Yeah.
But I think after watching it, the pig thing, and I had my eyes covered for most of that, but I think that was the most grotesque as a film.
Yeah.
That was the scariest part to me.
If you had described how that scene goes and the fact that there's no special effects,
I never imagined it that way.
I wouldn't have imagined it that way, but I'm so glad that they didn't do like some sort of CGI, like, you know, he just went, like she just gets in there and like.
Well, okay,
that was scary.
I opened my eyes for some of it. Weren't their eyes like bulging? Like was she just stretching their faces? Because it looked fake to me. I was like, that man's eyes are getting squeezed out of his face.
I think if you want my I don't know, you'd have to ask.
You think it was real?
Yeah, knowing that like he does not do any like, you know, special effects in the moment. I think what it was that like they have shots of her like hands over these guys' mouths and heads and eyes, and like she's like pulling at their skin, and so there's some of that. Then there's interlaced with shots of like her molding prosthetics and like
whoa,
I bet, and then at the end it's like she's actually touching animals and real things, and then, you know, like I think it's cut together and like the camera's so close to it, and it's like it's this malmorphous like
that was freaky
sequence of things where you're understanding what she's doing and you're only seeing parts of it, and you're hearing and the auditory experience was almost worse than the visual.
The sounds were awful.
Yeah. And just the build up and the tension for that scene was so scary, where they seize the armor outside and then they're eating this food. The eating was almost worse than the pig thing.
They were eating so fast.
If that was all of it, I'd have been like, all right.
Serves them right. They are a bunch of pigs. That's what happens when you eat too fast.
She the hero of the story.
If you don't have manners at the dinner table, you're going to become a pig.
That's why you say thank you.
Tale as old as time. Man.
Can't believe Homer just had some ungrateful kids and wrote a poem.
Yeah, I love how the whole thing is like, you know, I feel like we learn like Jesus restores us to like who we truly are. And like her whole thing was like, they're actually pigs. I didn't turn them into pigs. I just restored them to what they are. And I was like, burn.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was, props to her. She was freaky.
Yeah.
She was so creepy.
Yeah, that whole scene was intense.
Yeah. What was your scariest and least scariest?
I felt like the giants, I don't know why, I was just like, whoa. That was when I was like, the stakes of this movie are getting raised and I feel like it's gonna end badly. I was just like, I at that point I was like, he's gonna kill Odysseus in the end of this.
Wow, I can't believe you never read the Odyssey. This is like, I'm so glad I'm hearing your reaction.
I haven't read the actual thing. I've heard the like explanations of it. And,
like what were you expecting?
Narrated. I've heard it narrated in modern English terms and explained.
Like, were you expecting the pig scene? Like, was that familiar to you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't even know if I knew that was in the Odyssey. I think I've just heard people referencing Greek mythology so much that almost all of those things I knew. Like I knew about like the split. I knew about like the Cyclops being like the son of Poseidon, and that like when you spur the son of a god, like you're gonna have poor favor. I knew about like the Circe thing. I knew about like the sirens, Calypso being like a god kind of witch, magical figure that like isn't necessarily bad but isn't necessarily good. Here's a question I have for you about kind of the story and the plot line.
Wait. I didn't get to hear which of those challenges you'd rather do.
I think I was which thing? Like
which one scared you the most? You said the giants.
Yeah.
And then if you had to go through one.
I don't know. The Circe thing I think was scary, but I also feel like you just don't accept like that. You don't be that quick to like accept hospitality from like a person living on their own and all these things around them. Like there's more to the story.
They thought they were the threat. Like she wasn't like eager to take care of them. Like they were like, she's scared of us already, and like we can ask her for food.
Yeah, but don't leave your weapons outside.
Okay.
You don't have to. I would have been like, I would have just moved on. Been like, oh, we'll find out. I don't know.
Those men were desperate, though.
That just wasn't the scariest one to me.
Okay.
I think the Giants thing, I was just like, oh, they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was thinking about it like anytime a storm came through, I was just like, that's the scariest thing is being out on the waters when a hurricane comes and passes through and you get tossed and you get shipwrecked.
Or if your boat breaks, you're done.
Yeah. Drowning in the ocean would have been Cyclops, giant, witch, whatever, kill me. I just don't want to drown. That's my scariest one, the ocean. I've heard in Greek mythology several times about like the choice between going through the whirlpool and going towards the rocks and like things picking you off. And like there's no good choice. Like it's you can't win. Like you're risking your life either way.
You can't win.
He gets this prophecy from the underworld that like if he goes through
The whirlpool.
the whirlpool, everybody will die.
Right.
But if he goes through the rocks,
6 of them.
6 of them will die. And he tries to get them to go through the whirlpool. What did you think about that in reference to his character and like what was going on for him at the time?
So
Why would he do that?
I thought it was reverse psychology. I thought it was him I'm gonna let them be the ones to make that decision.
Okay.
Like I kind of took it as like they're already like there's this weird tension between him and them. Like they're kind of like done with like his leadership, and he doesn't want to die, and he's been told that he's gonna live. So I didn't take it as like, oh, he was 100% confident. Like, oh yeah, we'll get through the whirlpool. They didn't know what they were talking about. I took it as like, I don't need them blaming me when we lose 6 of our men. And so I thought it was him like, hey, they're going to see that canyon's less scary. I'm going to let them make the call. And like, if they're mad, 6 people died.
Interesting.
It's
Okay.
on them. That's what I took from it. I don't remember that from the story, but that was just what I got from his like demeanor.
Okay. That makes a little more sense. I might get on your side with that. Because but then he tells them later. Doesn't he?
They were like, you knew.
Okay, they call him out on it.
But again, he suggested going to the whirlpool. So that's why I think he made them make the decision.
Okay, I couldn't tell. I thought one of 2 things. That he wanted to go through the whirlpool because either A, he didn't want to lose any more men, and he thought if none of us can make it home, we all should die together. Mm-hmm. Or that it was like what he tells the shadows in the underworld is like, it's the God's will that you're the only one that makes it back. Like all of your men are going to die. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I will defy the will of the gods, and I will make it like, I will will that so that it doesn't happen. And he thought, if I can get through the whirlpool and like conquer that, everybody will live. Mm-hmm. So it's like I
think that also makes sense.
I'm going to defy what I already know is going to happen and try to defy the will of the gods.
Mm-hmm. That also makes sense. I just feel like he wasn't quick to tell them what the consequences were. Like, it was weird. Like, he didn't seem...
Doesn't the shadow... I can't remember its name, but the like, one that's, like, giving him the prophecy, the one that, like, comes up out of the ground was, like, this isn't for their ears. Like, they can't know kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. I think either of us could be right.
Yeah. Crazy. Who's your favorite character?
I knew we were getting there.
Let me take that back.
Who do you want to play?
Who do you relate to the most?
Penelope. Even when I taught it, I was like,
because
I'd
her
wait
husband
too.
Being dumb.
I know. I was like, I would wait too. Which, like, when you read it, when you watch the movie, it's like, no, she probably should. Like, just for the time it is. Like, yeah, she kind of does need a husband. Like, it's in that era where it's like, one, for her survival, unfortunately, but also like for the sake of like order.
Yeah. For her son's survival.
Yeah, but even when I read it, I was like, yeah, she better wait. But like, that's just me, like, you know, trying to find the romance in the story. But I can see why it's like that wouldn't be an easy decision for her to wait. But I relate to her because I'm like, oh, I'd wait for you. But I will say, like, props to Anne Hathaway. This girl's always working, but you know what? She gives 110%. And this movie, something I got from it was just like the ache of waiting. Like, that was like one of the most painful parts of the movie, and I think it was because of her. Like, I was like, oh, my heart is like aching because like you're communicating to me with your expressions like how painful that was to wait and wonder and like not have answers. And so that was, again, like, just made the movie and the story more human to me. But I would, I relate to her the most. And the fact that she's mad at her son when he's telling her what her husband's saying, but she's still like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, her.
Yeah.
Who do you relate to? Odysseus?
I don't know if there's one
the
character.
son?
I mean, a little bit. I was like, part of me was like, watching Telemachus. He's like so obsessed with finding out if his father is alive. And I was like, whether or not your father's alive, like, if you're of age, just take the throne. Like,
which he wasn't yet. I think that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think the stakes are higher because now there's probably more people who want him dead because that time is getting closer.
Yeah, and that's why he's training.
Mm-hmm.
I still was just like, don't, like, why are you so worried about him being alive?
Like, why now?
Wait around till you get of age and then just take the, like, you know, like, but it was.
I would have been sick of those dinner parties, though. I would have put an end to it, too.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
But why do you relate to him?
He's like so hell bent on like, if I just knew, then I could do. If I could make a decision. If I just knew this unknowable thing, then I'll be able to make the right call. And he can't know.
Yeah.
I
mean, if you compare it to The Lion King, maybe part of his motive for leaving was like, he had to find his dad, but maybe he was also just like running away for a little bit. Like, I can't really be king right now, but I also don't want one of these suckers to be king. And like, maybe he was using it as a mask to also just get away for a little bit.
Could be. I don't hate that.
He played that very well.
They were all so good.
When he was in that interview, like, I played it like a 16-year-old. I was like, yeah, you did. That was the vibe I picked up. Mom.
Yeah, a high schooler.
I'm so sick of all these guys
embarrassed
being our
of his
hosts.
mom.
Why does everyone want to marry my mom?
Yeah, that's fair. Which character would you have liked to play?
Athena. Because she got to just swoop in at really random parts. She didn't have to be on that crazy boat. But she'd be like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Remember, I loved like
she does have some bars.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I loved her whole thing where he's saying something about like, if like, you gods are so hard to understand.
Yeah, why don't you speak in words we'll understand?
Yeah, even though they're having a conversation. Like, even having a conversation with the god you believe in is already like so crazy, intimate, and clear. And I loved when she was like, do you not see like the ocean moving? Do you not see like the birds flying or like a child laughing?
And I thought interesting, she said, do you not understand pain?
Oh, what do you mean?
When she lists those things, she's like, do men not understand the sky moving, the sea moving? Do you not understand the earth, pain? And I was like, whoa, that is like a heady theological, claim right there, that like your God speaks to you through the sufferings that you experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought her character was dope. That would have been fun to play.
That's why, again, this movie is so... It's written, like, the dialogue is so beautiful.
So beautiful.
Different than other Christopher Nolan movies. Like, Oppenheimer's very cool, but it's not like... I feel like some of these scenes could be written as like poetry, like as a novel or something. That a novel that would like make you cry. Yeah.
I was crying at the end.
Yeah.
Also, I was just like, I was so tired with him. I was like, this has been a long journey. Like, I was like, I'm exhausted too.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other spiritual parallels that you were struck by? Or anything
I like
that stuck with you?
the image of this crazy hero being taking on the appearance of a beggar.
Yeah.
I think that's just a really cool image, you know, like this is the guy like some of them have been waiting for. It's the guy some of them want dead. Some of them wish they were him. Like he's done crazy stuff, and like his entrance, it's strategic, you know, it's not like a humble thing like, oh, I don't want attention. It's like for survival, but yeah, it's just a cool image.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the king returning in humble beginnings, like, but still going to like the test that proves. I mean, it's very gospel centric.
Yeah, remember that line? They were like, "What are you gonna do?" And he was like, "I'll be there as a beggar, or I'll beg." And he said something about the best perspective of men is from below, or something.
Yeah,
that it was said much more beautifully in the movie, but again, it was like a really good line, and I was like, "Yep."
Yeah. What do you take from that? The best look you get at a man is from below.
Well, because again, their whole thing was like you have to treat even beggars with hospitality. Because what if one of them's a god? And like I feel like even like Grimm's fairy tales are like that, you know, where it's like there's like this witch or like this old beggar, and it's like a test.
Somebody not how they seem or not how they're viewed.
Yeah, like it's a whole test, because if you treat them with kindness, then they'll do whatever for you. But I was like, I think that's true. Like he's gonna get a different perspective of them because they're treating him like crap. Like he's gonna see these men and their authentic selves. He's seeing a side that like the queen is not seeing, that their son, who's like could be king, is not seeing. But because he's in this lower position and like almost invisible, he's seeing like their most real selves. And I was like, yeah. Like the people you're not trying to impress, they can see a different side of you.
Yeah, I love that. You welcome the stranger into your home.
Yeah, but not that many. I was stressed for Penelope. Kick him out, girl.
Yeah. I love the added thing of like she's not finishing the burial cloth or whatever she's making.
I'm telling you, it's a clever story.
Yeah.
Lots of cleverness.
And man, I really her like maid, her like servant. I really liked her up until you find out that she's
making out with Robert.
Yeah, and I was like,
is it Robert Pattinson or Patterson?
I believe it's Pattinson.
But yeah, his character was a coward.
Yeah.
In this, I loved how many times it was like whiplash. I loved how many times during that final battle it goes to him and he's like, grab the shields, grab the spears.
Yeah, he ain't do.
Grab the weapons. Like he's just like
moments work in his life.
Yeah, and I'm like, and you're trying to marry this girl and be the king of what?
I said this earlier, but I gotta say it again. Robert Pattinson is such a two-way player. Yeah. Like he's such a good actor that he can play really good heroes. Like he can be the Batman. He's so good in Tenet. Like he's so good at like playing like a good-hearted character, and then also playing a villain. I'd say
he's so slimy.
He's probably strongest at playing a villain.
I think so.
Do you remember that movie? It's also Tom Holland, Devil All the Time, and he's like a preacher.
Oh,
he is.
Gosh, I hated him
in that movie. He's so good at being that villain.
So slimy. He looks like the villain from Monsters Inc.
Randall.
He looks like Randall. It's his eyes.
Wow.
That's why he's a good villain. He looks like Randall.
Yeah, they're gonna do a live action Monsters Inc.
Yeah,
and they're gonna
give him a
cast
tail.
him. There you go.
But kudos to him. He's a great actor.
Yeah, so good.
Too good.
Travis Scott being the Bard.
Yeah, I wish I knew that in the moment.
I had seen
his name was the first one on the credits.
Yeah, well, it's in order of appearance.
I was like, is that a different Travis Scott?
Nah. I remember hearing, this was a while ago. Like somebody asked him, like, why do you have Travis Scott? And he's like, well, I wanted somebody that is used to like speaking things to people in song in like a rhythmic fashion, and that is like he said something like used to like saying that to the masses. And I'm like, all right, yeah, like.
Can you imagine if it was Kendrick though?
Would you put Kendrick
him in a robe?
In a robe, you'd know it's Kendrick. Also,
yeah, that's the problem.
I
it would have taken me out of it. I would have been like, "This is a modern century man."
Yeah. A lot of talk in this, not a lot of talk, but a little bit of talk in this movie about songs. That word comes to people in songs, news. You sing about things. And that's both like news and like entertainment. Did you notice that?
Not really. I just remember when they were like, I'm sick of the Odysseus song.
The songs. Yeah, he says something to Penelope about like
how the song makes him sad.
No, yeah, that. But at the end, like, people won't sing about our mistakes.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I'll have to go back and listen to it. But the he talks about like things men remember are in song, and they won't sing of our mistakes for
interesting.
Forever.
They'll remember the glory. Interesting.
Yeah.
That makes sense because when I think of the Odyssey, I think of the cool things he did.
Yeah.
I forget about the moments he was like arrogant and like selfish.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. They also shy away. I was wondering how they were going to do this because from what I understand, again, I haven't read it directly, but from what it's been explained to me as is that he goes to Calypso and like gets with her willingly. It's not just like the Lotus. It's like he lives with her and sleeps with her for favor. And like in our modern sense, we'd be like, you dog, like he's having an affair. But in those times, like it just wasn't uncommon. Like nobody who read Homer's poems in that time for when it was written thought like, oh, he's being unfaithful. They just took it as like he's trying to get favor with the gods. So they don't see it as, but then he ends up emotionally kind of falling in love with her and having an emotional affair. So I was wondering, I was like, how are they gonna just be like, yeah, he got with her?
No, they did a good job of keeping it very gray.
Yeah,
her whole thing, like, where she's like, I was taking care of you.
He doesn't know.
And he's like, you kept me here this long. And she's like, I took care of you. It's very gray.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to put blame on someone.
The other thing I remember about the Odyssey is the... what are they called? The Cyclops. He talks to the Cyclops. And when the Cyclops asks what his name is, he says, I am no one. Like he claims that his name is no one, and then
no one is here.
Nobody is here. Nobody is killing me, and they're like, well, okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. I was hoping that I was like, when is that gonna happen? And once he gets away, I was like, oh dang.
Christopher Nolan was gonna make it a comedy, but quick pivot.
Yeah. And I wonder, we watched that Daily Show interview with Christopher Nolan yesterday or a couple days ago, and he says like there's a pun in there that
it's the one thing the film's missing.
The one thing, and I was like, I bet that's what it was.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it was great. If one person's like, the book was better, I'm like, get out of here. No more movies for you.
You can't read the book.
Is it time for ratings?
I think so. Any other spiritual parallels or things that stuck out to you? It
was just so good.
The things that got me emotionally were Telemachus like recognizing his dad and his dad overemphasizing like, you are my beloved and I'm so proud of you. that really made me like, oh, that was like I think their best scene. Um, yeah, the conversation Odysseus has with Athena. He walks away. What does he walk away from? And that's the part where he's like, "Why do you gods speak in ways we can't understand?" I wish I could read that part right now. I would have loved to like dissect all of that. And I think when it was set up at first, there's that scene where he goes back to Emmaus, and Emmaus doesn't recognize him, and he's like, is Odysseus going to return with vengeance? And he's like, with everything. And at first I was like, that feels like a action, that felt like cheesy kind of John Wick style vengeance. And I was like, is that how it's going to be? Is that Odysseus comes back and he just slaughters everybody? And then I was like, that's kind of a bummer.
Yes.
But then I thought about when he says all, I was like, if you take this as a metaphor for like the king returning, like we are a world awaiting for somebody to come back and restore it to its full, its fullness. He does have vengeance for those who have like mistreated and like abused the graciousness of his wife, of the queen, and those who have like hurt his son. Like, yeah, he's jealous for me. Like, he does come back to right the wrongs, and like part of that is a vengeance against that which is wrong and that which hurts us. And that's a hard thing to like, I feel like that's a hard part of God's heart to talk about, because it is very Old Testament-y. It is very like God's this wrathful Father in the sky. But if you want God to be both merciful and just, for those that don't repent, for those that don't like honestly, you can't forgive somebody who's not sorry. And so I think for like the things that are so far out of God's plan, for the things that are like so bent on brokenness, like, yeah, God does have like a vengeful approach to that. And it is unfortunate, but like there's also a good thing. So that I was watching like him just like attack all these suitors, and I was like, no, okay, I feel like this still sort of does line up. It's not perfect, but it does sort of line up with this.
And he doesn't kill all of them.
No, some of them like bow at the end. Some of them stop the fighting, and they just are like, all right, we recognize you as king. Yeah. Again, there's like so many biblical themes in this that I'm like, man, I love that. It's not like fully one storyline, but there's just so many moments in it. So yeah, those ones are the ones that I'm like really still thinking about.
And when they leave.
That's like really sweet.
Empty nesters at last. We finally have our honeymoon.
Yeah, this really is like mom and dad get a boat and sail around the world. And what they had to do before that. Yeah. Did you think he was dead at the end?
Well, I genuinely didn't remember how it ends.
Yeah.
And like it was confusing because there was this like beautiful moment, where like everyone's bowing to him and he's walking really slowly with like the arrows.
Yeah, and then he falls.
Yeah, and I was like, when is he gonna stumble? I feel like that's a classic like ending. Like they have the triumph and then, and I was just like, no. But even he's like, one last time, and she's like, no, don't die.
Yeah.
No, exile.
It would have been an okay story ending. I thought what I thought was going to happen was that he was going to die, but everybody recognizes he returned, and therefore Telemachus
leaves the mom alone, has the son
Yeah.
in power.
So now he is like officially king because his dad returned and died. But I was like, but that would have been such a bummer for Penelope, for the queen.
Dude.
Like that wouldn't have been
She would have been
restorative
done.
or redemptive for her at all. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I once it ended the way it did, I was like, oh, that was a better ending than I could feel coming.
Yeah. She got her hubby back.
Yeah. And that like there were just a lot of things that like in other storylines, there's like tropes in this movie that I felt like in other storylines are like lame. Like who can do this challenge? Like this
Yeah.
Arthur's.
Well, this is like the template.
Yeah. But
this is the template of a story.
Yeah, but I think part of it is due to Christopher Nolan just like doing it on such a cool scale that I was like, yeah, this is sick. Yeah. Like running through a fortress at night and like like killing people silently and then like letting in
you know that trope.
Yeah, you know that trope. That is like it's like a very like Robin Hood-y kind of thing. Yeah. Or like the contest, the like Arthur's, Excalibur sword kind of thing. That was wild. Yeah, just like or like the scary movie kind of thing with Cersei. Yeah, just there's a lot of like movie tropes. I feel like I'm like other movies have done this. But he's just so good.
He is.
This lived up to the expectation for me. And maybe it was just because we saw it in Imax first. And so I'm just like off the high of it, but I don't even care.
No, I feel like we went on a trip.
Action movies are back. Like adventure.
If that's an action movie, then I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I would call it, an adventure action scary movie. I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't like action movies that are just action for the sake of action. Like I loved just like the storytelling of it all.
Is that what you thought of Dune?
Dune, I still don't understand. So we'll get back to that later.
It's like too sci-fi.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Superman.
Like I don't like when it's just like fighting for the sake of like the entertainment.
Yeah. You want an even better storyline accompanied with these like
if it's a great storyline, I will stomach through like
action
the
and
violence.
adventure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. So like the ones that are action
like
for the sake of
Spider-Man.
action are like Transformers or
like war movies.
Okay. Dunkirk.
Sure. Did we watch that?
Yeah, I think we've watched that.
Did I fall asleep?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I probably didn't like it.
What's an example?
Wait, is that with Harry Styles?
Yeah.
All right, we'll watch that later. None of this is accurate. What I'm saying on here.
No, I want to know.
I'm like, I don't like action movies, but maybe I just haven't watched.
Well, when you say action for the sake of action, I'm trying to.
That terrible A24 Civil War.
Oh yeah,
like
that
it was
one
just
felt
violent.
Too intense for the storyline. Like there was something they were trying to say there, but the violence and the like intensity of it overtook that, and that's not. I didn't take away anything important.
I'm gonna even say, what did we just see? Disclosure Day.
Disclosure Day.
I was just like, too much is happening, and I don't care.
Yeah, it was cheesy.
But this was like, okay, like I'm struggling to keep my like eyes open because this is grotesque, but like it's so important to the story, and I want to know what happens next. Like, yeah. So, star ratings?
Let's do it. And then do you want to read some Letterboxd reviews?
If there are any.
I don't know.
It's probably all people who work for Hollywood and like went to a screening.
Yeah. Okay, let me find my phone and you tell me your star rating.
Are you sure? You want me to go first? What if we go together?
Oh, there's my phone. All right. Remind me what we're doing it out of 5 or out of 10?
Out of 5.
And we're doing decimals?
Yes.
Okay, decimals 5. Okay. Okay, I think I got mine. You ready? Oh, you want to go on 3? Call it out. You're scared. I can see it in your eyes.
3.
4.8. What? 6 out of 5? You. All right. Whatever. Why 6?
I have no
notes.
No notes.
Couldn't have been better.
Like, I literally feel like I just went on a trip. Like, I feel like we don't need to book any trips for the next year. Like, and maybe it's just because we saw it in IMAX, but like, that was an experience. Got more than our money's worth. I've never seen anything like it. And I don't think anyone else could have done the Odyssey to that scale. It was a trip. No notes.
Yeah. Okay, well, in that case, I think I'm going to put 5 then. So I was going to say 4.9, but that felt like...
Why didn't you give it a full 5? I want to know.
I just don't know what a 5 would be. Like this... I'd have to go see it again to say this with more certainty, but I will say it anyway that I think this cracks like my top 5 movies of all time.
Wow.
Top 10 maybe? Yeah, it's up there. Like, it's just so intense and so like action packed. It didn't feel long. Sometimes like Oppenheimer felt long. This just felt intense. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was so excited for him to get home and for like him to get into the throne room and like what was going to happen. And then I wasn't like, all right, come on, let's get this over with. Like this is the things have to happen before then. I was like, no, everything has been building to this. It's like the right time, the right anticipation. So I would say 5, but I don't know what is a perfect movie. One with no flaws.
Did we give Sinners 5 stars?
No. Would you? Okay. Out of the movies we have reviewed on Watch Party, what would you give this? Or like, where would you rank this amongst those movies?
Still 5 stars.
Is this the best movie you've seen out of those?
Ooh. Did we do Oppenheimer on here? Because I loved Oppenheimer.
I believe we did.
And we did Interstellar?
No, I don't think we did Oppenheimer, actually, now that I'm saying that out loud. But I don't know. I can't remember.
This might be the best one.
Better than Sorry, Baby?
It's just, it's its own thing. Like, I feel like I'm going to be disappointed by every other movie this year. It was a new bar.
Project Hail Mary, Honora.
Yeah, it puts it to shame.
One Battle. Yeah, I think Interstellar was the only other Christopher Nolan one. Everything Everywhere. Yeah, I'd put this above Everything Everywhere.
And Everything Everywhere was amazing. I have no flaws.
Yeah.
But this was, it was its own experience.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it.
This, yeah.
The fact that it took a story I did not enjoy teaching and made me like, wow.
Yeah.
I wish I would have cared.
I can't wait to hear how this ruins English teachers' like lesson plans. Like every kid,
help. It might help.
Maybe, but I think every kid's gonna be like, "Why am I gonna read this if I can just watch the Christopher Nolan movie?"
Great.
You know?
At least they're interested in the story.
Yeah.
Go sit through a 4-hour movie. Do it. Get off the
Do you
tic-tac.
think that you could pass a test on the actual Odyssey, like the Homer's The Odyssey?
Multiple choice?
Nope. Short answer.
Depends on the question.
Or a mix of both. Yeah, like.
I think I would do okay. I think I'd get a B-.
Like, did Hamilton made kids interested in U.S. history, but if everybody's essay answer is that Hamilton is like the hero of the Revolution story, it's like, yeah, that doesn't actually help.
What I'm saying is it does help at least like hey, this is an exciting story.
Okay.
And this is why you should read it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's fair.
that makes me like Frankenstein. I didn't love reading Frankenstein, and then this last adaptation of it, I was like, that was amazing. Okay, I think I want to reread it because I didn't think of it that way. Like, there's something about, I think especially for kids who like don't like reading, like if you have an image to at least help you understand like the groundwork, it like pulls you in more.
Sure.
You know, or like that's how some people are. Some people want to read before they see the images. But I think a lot of kids want to have some kind of image to grasp onto, and then they can read it with more understanding.
The movie's better than the book.
Yep.
Yup. Okay. I like that. Yeah. This I said it before and I'll say it again. This movie I feel like marks an even deeper assurance that like action movies are back. I'd seen them in the theater, you know? Like Dune was a movie I felt like was so much better on the big screen, and like same with like even like Superman, you know? Project Hail Mary, Sinners, like movies that you go see in theater that you just get immersed in the story. You get taken on like a wild, adventurous, action-packed ride. I just, yeah, there was a push for a long time on like, I don't know, movie musicals were big for a while. I feel like rom-coms were really big for a long time. Like there was like a staple genre of movies, scary movies, like horror movies, like what was that, like The Exorcism and Conjuring, like those kind of movies were really big for a while. Biopics, like I just want to go see like some epic tale, you know. That is like what I'm getting sucked into the movie theaters for. And it's working. All right, reviews.
4 out of 5 stars. I hope Homer is happy with this film adaptation, and so is Marge.
This one could have been mine. This happened to my close personal friend Percy Jackson once. That's a good one.
This one, you basically said this earlier. 4 out of 5 stars. Interstellar is about a father who leaves his family to save the world. The Odyssey is about a father who returns home to save his family. Somehow, both movies are about getting back to Anne Hathaway.
Whoa.
Which,
yeah.
Hold up.
He doesn't come in. You mean in Interstellar?
Who is she in that?
She's not the daughter.
Is she on the ship?
She's on the ship.
She's on the ship.
And she gets home.
She does?
Doesn't she?
Isn't she in a different space movie?
Are you thinking of Sandra Bullock in Gravity?
My bad. Continue. Continue.
She might be in another movie.
How does she get home and he doesn't?
In Interstellar?
Yeah.
He does get home, but it's way later.
Right. How does she get home?
He gets her home.
But why doesn't he?
Because somebody has to stay and pilot the thing. Remember? We'll have to go back and watch.
Yeah.
He sacrifices himself for her.
Is this a diss? It's 4.5 stars. My feta cheese sandwich carries more Greek culture than this movie.
Whoa.
What?
For 4.5, that's all right. Spider-Man, My Dad's Coming Home. That's really good.
Oh.
That's so funny.
Oh.
It doesn't do well for Tom Holland's like little boy campaign. Like he's like a very like youthful kind of childish personality. And I feel like that's great. I don't think that's bad. But if he ever if the next phase of his career was like him really wanting to be, you know, like Chris Hemsworth style superhero, it's just tough. I feel like he gets typecast.
4.5 stars. Seeing Travis Scott gave me literal goosebumps.
Taking the scenic route goes horrifically wrong.
Oh, 5 stars. The most epic line of the year is just, Dad! And thank you for that. Man, if only this came out on Father's Day weekend.
Yeah.
That would have been a crazy opening.
Yeah. I probably would have cried.
You love your dad, huh?
Mm-hmm. If you're listening, Dad, I love you. Dad. Yeah, that was kind of out of place. Do you remember that?
When he tosses him the
Yeah.
Dad. Well, what else is he supposed to say? Odysseus? There's not enough time.
Sir.
Catch this. I don't know what to call you. But I'm dropping down a sword and I want you to use it. Do you hear me? Copy that.
Father. What if he was like, King? That would have been funny.
Beggar.
Rest in peace, Odysseus. You would have loved Google Maps.
I saw that too.
That's great.
Hey, at last, wait, what? Never mind. I don't understand that.
What does it say?
At least a 6 out of 10.
All right.
But Letterboxd
you thought that was
only
gonna be
gives you
6 out of
5
5.
stars. Yeah, that's what I thought. Who else is gonna win stuff? The only thing is, this will have to win Best Adapted Screenplay, right? So at least there's an opening for Best Original Screenplay.
Yeah, but I feel like it should win Best Picture, I feel like.
Hey, what did I say? The best Dad Goes on a Work Trip movie of all time.
I'm here to report the film bros are right. Nolan is our savior.
Wait, this one's so good.
That's tough.
They should have played Daddy's Home by Usher instead of Travis Scott.
Gross. That's so funny.
It's going to feel weird watching any other movie. I watched a freaking Netflix original last night. What's happening?
Wow. You just got to appreciate movies for what they are.
But this was its own. It's not even a movie, Zeke. This is life. This is a thing called life.
That's fair. I think that might be I think you might be speaking to what makes Nolan so great is that you walk out of his movies equally entertained as you do taught. You know? You learn something in that and you go home and sort of wrestle with this. I'm going to be thinking about that line of why do God speak to us in languages we don't understand? Or are we awaiting a king returning? There's so much, or the Zeus's golden rule and are we let me take it back. We regret breaking the golden rule, but yet we are the ones who are the perpetrators of that most. So you walk out of Nolan's movies with this adventure, wide-eyed, I was so entertained the way I was walking out of Star Wars or Jurassic Park or those fun movies that are just about, like you said, action for the sake of action. They're just fun stories. But you also do that in these films. It would have been sick just to watch that story of people fighting giants and Cyclops and witches and goddesses. It's both entertaining and it's poignant. And I feel like all of Christopher Nolan movies are that to a degree.
Oh my god.
Oh, this one says Matt Damon trying to get home is the best genre of movies ever created. I never thought about it. The Bourne Ultimatum thing is also him trying to refigure out his identity.
Who?
The Bourne Ultimatum trilogy. I believe it's a trilogy. It's 3 movies. Matt Damon plays Jason Bourne, who is this guy who has lost his identity. His mind has been wiped, and he has all these like secret agent, like spy training, like, you know, Mission Impossible, James Bond type skills. And like he can't be stopped. So like the government is trying to like retrack him down, but he's forgotten who he is. And he's like piecing together like he had a family and he doesn't remember his name and that kind of thing. Same thing as the Odyssey. Somebody show this man the All Trails app.
That's good.
That's funny. Okay, any others?
No. I just started seeing the really low reviews because there's not enough Greek people in it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if...
Which is hard, though, because it's like a myth. Like, okay, here's a dumb geography question. Is Ithaca a real place?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if it's still called Ithaca, but like it was like the same way Troy or Rome or like, those are all... I maybe don't quote me, but I thought it was. I assumed it was.
Tom Holland could be Greek.
Well, I think you could cast people there, but I think once you enter into the realm of fantasy,
Yeah.
you can stretch that world no matter what.
Right.
Who are you going to cast to play Athena? She's a god, so she's not from any, like, you can't typecast that.
Right.
You know, and who do you cast to play the Cyclops?
A Cyclops.
From Cyclopia. Call me Ben Affleck, the way I fell in love with Matt Damon.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good one. Undercover boss, but in ancient Greece. Also a good one. All right, I'm going to read one more and then we'll wrap it up. I don't understand this, but this is really funny. Same guy who directed Obsession, by the way. That's really funny.
That is funny.
Okay. Any last thoughts on it?
Loved it. See it in IMAX.
See it in IMAX.
Cinema is back, baby.
Yeah. I'll end with this. I think there's something really important. We were talking about this today. There's something really important about the format of storytelling.
Yeah.
Jesus takes a very specific format of storytelling in parables.
Mm-hmm.
The actual Odyssey is
a
poem. It's not a story, but it is told it's just like a story told in a format that even rings true to what it is like what that story is supposed to be doing in you. And going to the movies are my poem. You know what I mean? Like, you go to a movie, you block out all the lights, you get big screen, loud sound,
large popcorn.
You take the time. Like, we got up early this morning to see it. You know, like, you have to intentionally slow down to like go to this movie, and it's not just like an escape from the world. Like, you take something from this movie, and you process things through this movie, like all movies. And I just love that. So go see movies.
Yeah.
Go to the theaters.
Even if you don't want to read the Odyssey, watch the movie.
Yeah. We'd have to see it in regular theaters, but were you glad we saw this in IMAX?
Yeah, I don't want to see it in a regular theater. Yeah. Why would I do that? I want to go on the trip again. It's like, do I want to go on an actual roller coaster or do I want to go in the little one at Peter Piper?
Whoa. Okay. You're saying that
this was the roller coaster.
Yeah.
I was on the boat. I was in the woods.
I
was in battle.
Yeah, it was so immersive. Like, you couldn't look.
It was crazy.
Yeah. It's formatted so well for IMAX.
I'll see it in the regular theater if it's like dirt cheap, but I want to see it in IMAX again.
Can't wait for this to hit Pollock Theater in 7 months in December.
Can't wait to watch this streaming.
That's what one of them said, was like, I watched the camcorder bootleg version of this on an
my
illegal
word.
website, just as Nolan intended. Yeah. Yeah, go see things in IMAX.
Yeah.
You don't have to see everything, but
Give them your money.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
It just is.
As the man behind us walking out of the theater said, it's a blockbuster.
Oh, man. I'm definitely going to see Dune 3 in IMAX. That was the other thing, is that during the Dune trailer, the guy behind us goes, gotta see that one.
Blockbuster for
Yeah, dude.
sure. He loved saying blockbuster.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the genre. Blockbuster. That's what's back, baby.
Yeah.
It's
Good
back.
movies.
The king has returned.
Oh my gosh. Let's close this episode.
Okay, we'll close it with this. What do you think Christopher Nolan's next movie is going to be about?
Scary things.
Scary things.
Haunted house.
Heck yeah. How crazy would it be if he did The Iliad?
Oh gosh. He's got to be tired. Let this man rest a little bit.
But since, other than Tenet, his last movies have all been like historical things. I'm wondering if he'll do like a revolutionary or Civil War thing, or I don't know. Maybe like maybe he'll do the Gospels. Who knows?
I just feel like this one's too good. I think it's a good stopping point.
You think if he retired right now, you'd be like,
I'd be like, I'd respect that.
yeah.
Like, I
that's
just feel like this is such an iconic story and it was done so well. Like, I don't blame him if he's like, I'm clocking out.
fair. Are you worried that he'll end up like Disclosure Day? Spielberg?
No.
That would
He'll make more stuff.
that would break
Maybe he'll
my
do
heart.
a Robin Hood.
Oh, that would be good. Kind of,
Yeah.
or like a Knights of the Round Table kind of vibe.
Sure. I don't really know what that is, but maybe he
King-
will do the Gospels.
King Arthur, Excalibur.
I don't know anything about that.
That'd be wild if he. Maybe the movie will be called Axe, and it'll be like post Pentecost.
Maybe he'll just do a modern day rom-com. Some realistic fiction.
That would be so funny if it's just like James L. Brooks style, like,
It'd be so fun.
you know, like a 90s Woody Allen movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No special effects.
No special effects needed.
All right. I need a nap after that
all
early
right.
morning movie.
Good night, all.
This has been
The
The Odyssey.